Hey everybody, and welcome back to Misscliks.
Hello.
So we leave with the party bedding down for the night, setting up a rope kind of around this little encampment out in the woods, a few feet off the, 15, 20 feet off the beaten path. And the night passes pretty uneventfully. There's not much that happens. You all take your watches, but you don't see anything. You do hear that faint shriek again during your watch, Mr. Fox, but that's about it.
Boy, do I have any? I wish I don't have any like tracking or. Wow, now I'm an urban guy.
Yeah, you've got some outdoor, like you've got some, I think, herbalism type
Yeah.
skills.
This was not a plant that made this noise, folks. I can say that with certainty.
Anyway,
Okay.
the morning
Proceed with
comes and you
caution.
pack up your gear and proceed towards where you presume the crater to be. After 20 minutes of walking through the forest, you see this large mound in front of you, and another few minutes passes and you get to this. It seems just like a very large earthen mound produced by the impact of the meteor, which the three of you recognize as having crossed this area before when you came here last time to deal with the storm giants. Although everyone else in the world thinks that these were titans, but you guys know that they were storm giants.
Right. Did we get specific directions on where we were to find the Luckstone?
He said it was in the impact at the meteor site. So, give me an intelligence check.
Ooh, I like
Adea.
it.
Plus 19!
I'm still working on the spells, Neil.
Why are you even rolling, Neil? How did
Because
you
what
fail?
she could roll a 1.
Or a 4.
Or she could, well, 4,
Oh.
you only need a twin. It's probably at the center of the impact site where the meteor hit.
Okay.
Makes the most sense.
I
Could have figured that one out, though.
I feel fairly certain that it must be in the center of the impact site. Let us search there. I go look. With continue.
Okay. So you climb this big, mound of earth that has some little trees growing out of it, and eventually the four of you reach the top of this and look down into this huge impact site. It's got to be like 20 miles across, maybe more than 20 miles across, maybe 30 miles across. And there's this big depression in the ground, and then it rises up to these big hills on all sides. And they're in the center of this deep impact area. There's a very large pool of water that has gathered, and out of this pool of water that flows this decent-sized river, actually, that cuts through the southern edge of the impact site. And you notice, looking around from up here, that it's not like something fell directly from the sky. There's a slight path to it, and the river flows out through the path that heads kind of southwestish.
So this is actually the source of the river.
Yeah, the river kind of comes from this pool that is bubbling, well, not really bubbling from this distance, but welling up from the center of the impact site. It's been 6 or 7 months since this happened, and there's some small plants and trees growing up all around the area, but the very center near the pool, or the area most nearer to the pool, is pretty devoid of life, except for the area directly adjacent to the pool, where it seems animals have dropped all sorts of seeds and whatnot, and you have bushes and trees starting to grow around there.
So we do believe that this is where the guy sent us, the non-wizard cranky guy.
Newt, yes.
Newt.
You
That's
have...
where, he said that it would be nearby the source, right?
Correct.
Alright, well, I will use locate object, moonstone, whatever thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, what's its name again? I need the right name.
What's the name? Anyone know?
Luckstone or the Philosopher's Stone.
I was saying it, but I was muted. I was like, Lockstone!
Okay, so Luckstone, Philosopher's Stone, that thing is what I'm looking for. Locate object.
So your locate object only extends out to 110 yards, or 110 meters for you Canadians.
You should go stand by the pool.
Yeah, I will go stand
My
by.
intelligence tells me it would be in the center of that pool.
Yeah, the pool's like 10 to 15 miles away from where you are. It's pretty... The only reason you can see that far is because you're up on this big No.
Well, it lasts for 8 hours, so we're okay.
Okay.
We got some serious time on this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
This is a long
Actually,
one.
yeah, maybe wait till we get to the wait till we get to the shore, just in case we have to go around it. It would be bad if that ran out.
No, it lasts for 8 hours. I'm pretty sure we're okay.
Okay, yeah, then we should be.
Like, worst case scenario, we sleep and I do it again tomorrow.
So I'm gonna keep a little bit of an eye on the trees around here. I'm waiting for some terrible giant lizard, effectively, to eat me. That's what I'm expecting today.
Okay. The trees are all pretty small. Like once you get over that big ridge, the trees are a year's growth, so knee high at the best.
Oh, okay.
And the bushes. This is a very open area you're looking at. Like anything standing on a ridge around would be able to spot you walking down here. Or anything near the pool would be able to see you coming very obviously. There's almost no cover.
All right, then.
Okay.
Let us proceed.
So, while we're walking, Neil, can I still try to locate the object, like, generally?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
So every now and then Emma will stop for a moment and like concentrate and focus and be like, nope, no luckstone over here.
Yeah.
I do think that it might be in the center of that pool.
Yeah, I believe so too, but while we're walking, I might as well.
How big is this thing? I mean, if this made this crater, can we carry this out of here? I mean, how big?
Well, I was under the impression that the luckstone itself didn't make the crater because it was the titans, like the storm giants, that made the crater.
Oh, okay.
I thought.
I don't know. This is all kind of beyond me.
Neil, with my ancient history proficiency, would I know about these things?
Well, you know about them because you were here and you talked to the Titans.
Well,
Or
like
the storm
about a
giants.
luckstone, like how big it is?
That would not be... Give me an ancient history check, actually.
Okay.
What if the Titans left with the luckstone?
The ancient history.
That is a possibility, Emma.
30. I
30.
think that's good.
Wow.
You have heard of Luckstone, also known as the Philosopher's Stone, before, although only in vague rumors. It is supposed to be a piece of the staff that the world spins on that gets, chipped off. So there are many Luckstones or Philosopher's Stones, but they're supposed to be sections of the staff that supports the world.
Wow. And do I know what they're supposed to look like, or whether they're supposed to be big?
They kind of come in all shapes and sizes.
And I think that the philosopher Newt told us that it was supposed to be glowy, right?
He did not say anything about it being glowy, but if logic stands to reason that if he sent you after it, you should be able to collect it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Unless he just doesn't know what he's doing.
Okay.
Knowledgeable and stuff.
Well,
Okay.
as far as I'm concerned, I'm just charging as fast as I can toward
So-
the pool.
As we
Okay.
walk, I'm asking the fox, so how do you know this man? Like, what made you interact with him at first?
Well, he's a good person to go to if you need to know something. And, I was new to town. I didn't know my way around. So, I stop in and, and I would need a little information. And he says, well, you do a favor for me and I'll do a favor for you. And so, he's a nice guy to know. Nice guy to know if you are looking to gather information on stuff.
Would you say that you and he are close?
No, not really. I don't think he's so much into that. He just kind of is up in his tower all the time. I don't think he ever comes out of there, really. But I've known him off and on for a while now.
And what kind of items or quests does he ask you to do?
That's an awfully personal question. Maybe at one point he might have wanted a certain scepter, maybe. Or maybe I needed to know where to find a certain gang that was causing trouble. We make good exchanges of information. We do favors for each other every once in a while. I don't spend a lot of time over there.
Okay, so you guys are chatting as you're walking this, very long journey down the hill towards the center of this crater area. And the sun is shining down on you. There's no shade, and it's really eerie because for the first time in a while, there's no sounds other than you guys walking. Like there's no animals, there's no people in town, there's no birds chirping. There's, all you have is the sound of the wind and the sound of your footprints, of your feet, marching through this hard-packed earth. Oh, I guess it's not that hard-packed, but, well-baked earth.
So, I never asked you guys. I know what you're doing for him. Why are you doing him a favor? What is it you guys want?
To be a demigod. I'm satisfied with it. But my sisters, they want to be goddesses.
He, as you said, knows many things, and we would like him to read a piece of... It's a piece of parchment, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. We would like him to read an ancient piece of parchment for us in our quest, as we've told you, to do well by the gods and promote everything that is good in the world.
Oh. He seems like, an ancient parchment sort of guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Of course, I was able to identify that it was an ancient language.
I was able to identify that it was in the same area as ancient common.
Yeah. Of course, sister.
I was able to be a little bit more accurate with my timestamp,
Uh-huh.
Do you have it on you right now?
No, we left it
with him.
Oh, okay.
You think it's a mistake?
No. Like I said, he doesn't go anywhere. I wouldn't think that he would do anything, sell you out.
Do you read ancient common?
Not every day. No, not really.
Cool. So as you guys are having this discussion, it takes you many hours to reach the final center area of this pool, but you get there eventually. And around the pool, there's a lot of grass and a lot of bushes that have popped up and some small trees that are trying to make their way through the bushes. And there's the river that kind of flows out to the side, which is, I want to say, 30 feet wide. It's like a 30-foot wide river here. And the pool stretches for 3/4 of a mile across. So it's a pretty big pool. And you find yourselves stopping, and the water's clean, and you refresh yourselves and kind of splash it on your face to get out of the heat of the day, and take a sip to quench your thirst. And then a lot of you are now standing about this pool. Emma, you focus and try and pick up the location of the Philosopher's Stone. What did we say the range was? 60 plus 50, 110 yards. 330 feet. And how many feet are in a mile? 5,000?
5,280.
Yeah. Okay. So how far can you reach with this? 5280 divided by 330 is you can reach 1/16 of the way across the pool. So you can't quite reach the center of the pool, and from where you're focusing, you cannot find the Luckstone or the Philosopher's Stone.
I can't get the Luckstone from here. You might need a way to get closer, I guess, or try to go around, see if there's a path in, or get a boat.
Is the water reasonably clear?
It is. Yeah.
How deep does it look?
Well, from where you're standing, it only looks, it looks like it's dropping off fairly shallow, but it's pretty deep, so you can't see how deep it would be at the center. Or it's pretty wide, so you can't tell how deep it would be at the center. You're getting the impression that it's at least 5 feet deep. But your intuition tells you it probably goes further than that.
Right. Well, do we want to lap it, or do we want to go for a swim?
I don't know how to swim. But I'm 6 foot tall, so if it's walkable, I can walk in there.
I could employ Unseen Servant to grab us anything, but I am, as yet, somewhat unfamiliar with that spell's capabilities.
I don't think it cannot carry us. across
Not
the-
us. Oh, are we just trying to cross the river?
Well, we're trying to get me close to the center so I can locate if the
Right.
item is there.
Unseen
Could I-
servant cannot reach more than 30 feet away from you.
Could I swim, have my shield on my head, and have you on top of it?
I mean, you are really strong.
Could I do that, Neil?
You are really, really strong. You are strong enough that even with your armor and everything, you could still swim. That's how strong you are.
Yeah.
Damn. Swimming with an armor, that's crazy.
So you could swim with someone on your shoulders, probably, or someone like holding on to you. And
I can swim.
Like Asterix, like it's something on top of my head,
yeah,
like the shield and.
yeah, you're pretty
Well,
buff.
Do that.
Well, do we want to, before we try to go all the way around the edge of this, which would take a while, I mean, should one of us just go for a swim, see what it's like, see how quick it gets deep?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I'm okay with that.
You can
I
swim.
mean, I mean, swimming. I'm swimming.
Nice.
So yeah, actually, I'll just shuck out of my armor. I'll strip down to my skivvies, doing it as if it's not a big deal, but I'm making sure that I look good, right? I mean, I'm posing a little bit, but subtly. Yeah.
Do you see any fans?
Can we ask you a question before we do this? Why did the guy send you with us? What are you gaining out of this?
Oh, it's always nice to have him owe me a favor. I might need it in the future.
Alright.
Plus, I'm always happy to, help people doing good in the world. So yeah, I'll strip down. I'll take a dagger, and other than that, I think I'll just head in.
Okay, you head in.
And then I
down.
stop, and then I go back and I get some rope. I give one end to the really strong person, and I tie the other end around my waist.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm going to say you have roughly 250 feet of rope with you.
Arcas always ends up holding the rope. Even in his past life as a pirate, he used to hold the rope.
I sit down.
So the halfling wades out into the water, and eventually it comes up to the point where he starts swimming, and you start swimming out as far as the rope will let you go. And at that point, the water is pretty deep. It seems to be about 20 feet deep, but it also seems like it went down, 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 and now it's leveling out. It's still getting a little bit deeper, but it's not getting exponentially deeper. It's getting more and more shallow.
If it's a fairly sunny day, can I see down?
Yeah, you can actually see all the way down to the 20 feet below. You can't see all the way down and out too far forward, but you can see.
Right.
I'd say you can see about 80 feet in the water, which is pretty good.
And anything down there looks like anything?
You don't even see. You see a couple of fish swimming around actually,
Hmm.
and
fish
some
get in?
plants growing at the bottom, but that's about it.
I think, can I dive 20 feet?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Then yeah, I will. And I'm assuming I'm not really out at. Yeah, I can't be out at the middle. I'm only part way out there, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I would effectively have to swim another quarter mile before I was in the middle of this lake.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like those odds. I'll come back.
Okay.
It looks as though this party needs to construct a raft. Something that we may have done before in a past life.
Actually, that was this life.
Oh yeah, we
Oh,
did that
what's this
too.
one? Oh yeah, we did.
We did a raft for the sewers. We built a lot of
That's true.
rafts.
We have expertise in raft building, clearly.
I would not call it expertise. I would call it tentative
Experience.
proficiency.
Experience.
So, since we have clear expertise trees. We're just gonna take 3 strands of wood.
There is a lack of wood around you from which to build a raft.
You said there were trees, though, right?
I said there were, but they've only been growing for like 7 or 8 months, so they're like knee-high at best.
Yeah.
So I locate object, big ass tree.
You can see big-ass trees like 10 miles back the way you came, up the hill outside of the crater.
Yeah.
The Arcas strategy where you just swim and I follow you while locating the shark.
I mean, Arcas, you are really strong.
Yeah. What are you trying to imply?
Neal, they have leather armor.
Who?
Like someone, don't they?
I
I
don't.
do.
Yeah.
Well, leather, especially when wet, would definitely be at least mostly airtight. In fact, if you fall off of the ship and you take your cloak and you get it wet and you go and we get air in it, it can actually act as a life preserver for a while. So, I say we use some leather armor to create a makeshift life preserver floaty for Emma. And then send her out there with someone who can swim so that they can pull her around.
But I can't swim.
Oh, you can't swim?
I mean,
No.
even without a swimming proficiency, you can kind of like tread water and maybe like doggy paddle around.
Mhm.
It's not a strong swim, but you can keep yourself afloat. I think for a number of rounds equal to your constant... No, indefinitely, I think. If it's harsh weather or high waves, a number of rounds equal to half your con, maybe?
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing the rules.
Yeah, I think a floaty would be a great idea if some of us aren't great at swimming. I can't think of any way. I mean, can you with your magics, can you make us like breathe water? Any of you guys got that?
I bet if I were to sleep, I could. Let me check. I just learned a whole new spell book, so I'm kind of getting used to it. Let's see.
I don't have anything. I can detect magic, evil, find traps, look into astral things.
Oh, you can astrally project?
No, I can look into astral thing,
Oh.
like astral awareness.
Hmm.
I don't know why I brought it. I figured things
So you guys
like this might get weird.
Are splashing around in the water, discussing, like, taking off the leather armor, like, look, it kind of makes a floaty, and having this discussion about the various things you can do. Give me perception checks, all of you.
Neil's like,
See if
"Stop
you get
talking."
surprised or if you see this coming. Mwahaha.
I never see anything.
Eventually we can build a raft out of all of the wandering monsters that attack us.
Build a raft.
21, 18. Is that 22 your roll, Emma?
Yeah.
And 23. Okay, so you guys are more or less taken by surprise when you see this kind of like, you're having this chat and you're playing with the water, and then you look out across the water and you notice there is a pair of eyes that are kind of like floating near the top of the water, like almost crocodile style, except for the scales are this whitish bluish thing, and the head is a little bit long, not quite crocodile long, and it's sticking out. It's too big. It doesn't look like a crocodile for sure, but it's got like scales and bluish whitish glow tint to it, and kind of big lizard-like eyes that are popping out above the water looking at you guys.
We don't recognize it.
I freak the fuck out. And because I'm probably like still in my skivvies, I've got all my armor off, I'm like knee deep in the water. I freak out and like do a big panicky scramble for the shore, just like completely undignified, making like squealy little scared noises. Yeah, that's what I do.
Are
Okay.
all of us in the water?
No, he was, knee deep in the water. So I think you're right now there holding his leather armor in the water, trying to do a floaty thing. Yeah.
Okay, and is the animal charging us or just looking at
It's
us?
just floating there, looking.
And
Does
it looks like a crocodile, but white.
Bluish,
Is it-
whitish scales.
Do we know what it would be at all? Like from
I have
our
animal-
knowledge of lore and
Animal handling and animal lore.
If you have
Ooh.
animal lore, you can make an animal lore check.
shit? Oh, Anna.
26.
Nope.
Mm.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well, that creature is probably dangerous, although I hate to harm an innocent creature preemptively.
Well,
Well,
I'll try to talk to him in all the languages I know. So I'll be like, hi in Elven, hi in Common, and hi in Old Common.
As you start speaking to it, and you start with Elven.
Turns out he hates elves.
You speak in Elven, and what do you say in Elven?
Hello.
As you say this, some bubbles appear, like a foot and a half away from where the eyes are, and the creature submerges in water.
I try the other languages. Common and Old Common.
You look over the water, and it's just kind of fairly still with a slight lapping of waves.
Ooh,
Yes.
I'm gonna
I'm desperately pulling my armor on. I'm not putting clothes on, it's just the armor on my naked, wet body.
Friend, why are you so afraid of this creature?
Look, its head was like this big.
Neal,
This
so
big.
if I locate object like pointing at this guy, or where he was, would I don't detect the luck stone.
It's not locate creature, it's locate object.
No, I know. But
Oh,
I'm
the luckstone.
Yeah, I'm looking for the luck stone like on the creature or around it.
Oh.
As it pops out. If you can let me.
You
do
do
it.
not detect the luckstone.
Okay.
That was a good call. Good call.
Can I cast something and still have the locate object on?
Yes.
Okay, I'm casting detect evil.
Okay.
I
And
want
you detect no evil.
nor on the creature nor on the red fox, correct?
So she casts a spell, focuses on the water, and then goes, okay, there's nothing there. Turns to look at the red fox, and there's like a twitch in her eye, and she's like, and like focuses at you, and then breathes a sigh of relief as she detects no evil coming from the red fox.
When I see her do that, I breathe a little sigh of relief as well.
I'm like, nothing undead, we're good.
Face like this and you couldn't just trust.
I've had some issues with trust in the past. That's where I got my dog and this braid.
Yeah, the last guest that were on actually killed me. Like,
Yeah.
I was dead.
Yeah, I had to sacrifice my godly powers to bring her back.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah.
Wow,
We're
okay.
good friends in the end. That's why we're very scared of everyone coming on this show now.
Was that in character that you told Red Fox that, or not?
No.
Oh, okay.
Out of character.
I've seen the braid at this point. Like somebody pulled somebody's
Yeah.
braid out of their bag, and
I took it as a trophy.
and I kind of. That's not a first date conversation. I didn't mention anything after that. I'll wait for a moment where we could maybe talk. So you've scalped someone recently. Yeah.
Alright, so nobody's evil around here. This creature is not evil, so that's a good thing.
It may merely be hungry.
It probably protects the luck stone. Because that's how games go.
Metagaming's so hard.
We're playing a game with the old man.
Neal, I don't know if this is a question for you or if this is like a character question, but like in our religion, do animals have as much importance? Like, do they have a soul like humans do? Or is killing an animal for human purpose just fine?
I mean, if you can kill animals to eat them, that's totally legit.
Or like just like, oh, this animal might hurt us, it's in our way. Killing it wouldn't be bad.
Oh, so I'm
Yeah, I
totally
mean-
hungry. Let's go kill it.
I mean, that's the way of the world, you know, the strong eat the weak.
Okay. So I wouldn't find that morally repugnant.
I mean, killing an animal for sport, some people might say is repugnant. Other people would be totally okay with it. It kind of depends on your worldview.
Okay, but in Adea's eyes, since we're doing this for the will of the gods, an animal is a lesser being, and killing it wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, but there is a, since this is a fantasy world, there's a range of animals. Some animals are the equivalent of bugs. Some animals are the equivalent of like elephants or dolphins or chimpanzees, where they're super smart. So there is kind of like maybe you don't kill the blah 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 because it's actually really intelligent.
Right.
You don't go kill the Pegasus or the unicorn because they're smart and they can like speak, or that elven cat that has like 17 intelligence. You don't,
Right.
There's unicorns in D&D?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I need one so bad.
No, Neal, why? There's something better than dragons?
He wouldn't even let you have your talking monkey. He won't let us have it.
I know, but there's
It's just a different quest. Nothing's better than riding through town on a unicorn.
You can do that?
Yeah, you can do that.
What have you done?
My character in the other campaign did ride a unicorn, actually. Yeah.
What? You never told me that?
No.
That's like the most important thing ever to happen to any of us, ever.
I know.
My character closed her eyes, so she didn't know she was actually riding a unicorn, but she kind of felt like it. And then one of the party members kind of just decided to open their eyes to fuck up everything.
All right, well, so we need to figure out how to get to the center of this thing without potentially being eaten by that animal.
You know what would be nice? A unicorn.
So while you guys are having this discussion, a light mist starts to rise up off the lake. Just kind of like it's this. You can't tell quite how big it is, but there's this kind of like mist that starts to form in and around the area that you're at, and starts to rise.
We should back up a little bit. We should
Does
get
it
out of the
seem
mist.
natural to the weather, or is it definitely supernatural?
Well, this is kind of a weird thing. Like, this is the meteor impact site. Some storm giants came out of here. Apparently, the Luckstone is here. Weird shit sometimes happens.
The confluence of energies.
We should back out.
So it could be natural, it could be supernatural. You're not sure.
Okay.
We should back off out of that mist, guys. I don't think.
Okay. I think that no matter what, we're going to need some way to get out on the lake. So
yeah, we should go get those trees and build a raft.
I wish I could think of something better than a tree. We could get a wagon. Honestly, we could go back to town, get a wagon, right? Because like we don't want to cut down a bunch of trees and then trim the trees and like bolt it. We'll just go back into town, buy a wagon, drag it down here, knock the wheels off, float the wagon instantly.
I actually, on my character sheet, it still is written raft supplies.
You hear a voice at this point say, "What are you looking for, strange creatures?"
Are you a unicorn? I don't see that.
We seek to do the will of the gods by collecting the Luckstone for one very powerful.